If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 176 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with a home game against Aston Villa. Obviously, we are now out of the transfer window, but things don't necessarily slow down in today's episode at all, though. So definitely make sure that you drop the video a like rating if you enjoy, as always, and subscribe if you haven't already. But as you can see, starting Yusuf Palzen and Strail Georgiev up top with Johannes Geis and Julian von Hark still in the middle. We're actually soon to be welcoming back Biraki. You see he's on the bench there. He's been out injured for about 3 months, I believe. I think it might be a little bit less, maybe in 2.5, because players tend to come back 2 or 3 weeks early, don't they? Or at least come back and have the little plaster symbol next to them so that you can at least bring them on off the bench rather than start them. But pleased to have him back because he's obviously our best left back. Wendell was really good, but Biraki is just something else. He's got absolutely fantastic stats, and I'm delighted to be able to welcome him back into the club. Unfortunately, though, Julian von Hark makes a terrible mistake there. His first touch is really loose, gets picked off by the man on the edge of the box, and Aston Villa have themselves a 1-0 lead after just 2 or 3 minutes. Coming up the other end, though, Julian von Hark at least getting himself back involved in the play in a positive light this time. Plays the ball across here via Johannes Geis to Sadio Mane. Don't win the initial header there with Yusuf Palzen, but it drops very, very kindly for Strail Georgiev, and the Bulgarian brings us back on level terms after 14 minutes. It's 1-1 at the Abbey Stadium. This time we're actually putting in a good tackle in the middle. Johannes Geis showing great strength there to shove off the defender. He turns and goes again. You see him in support here, but Palzen doesn't want to use him, but he gets tackled and the ball drops to Geis anyway. So that's twice we've had the ball drop kindly for a teammate. First time it was straight to Georgiev for his goal, and in this one it was in the build-up to another goal. That's 2-1 now. They have a free kick though on the edge of the box. Well, not really on the edge of the box, but 30 yards out just before half-time. But a really good save by Marcus Hutchinson keeps it away. Really devilish cross there with his right foot, but I think it's Adam Mar actually in the middle. Or Adam Mar. I'm not really too sure how to pronounce it. He's obviously the Dutch centre attacking mid from PSV. I don't personally enjoy playing with him on FIFA. He's too weak for me. But we get a really nice interception there by Matteo Musacchio. Really, really crucial interception, because had that been able to go past him, they would have made it 2-2 there with the man at the back post. As it turns out, we went up the other end and Timo Werner scores a header to make it Cambridge United 3, Aston Villa 1. So we do get 3 points, and in fact we get an even bigger scoreline than we thought we were going to, with an extra goal. So 3 points will go in very nicely towards our Champions League campaign. You'll see the league table as it stands after that result on your screens in just a second when it swaps over. And we've got Norwich City again at home this time. They're sat mid-table, similar to Aston Villa. They're 14th. We're now only a point behind Manchester United with a game in hand, and Chelsea have dropped even more points. So victory here with a rotation-ish side against Norwich City could be absolutely vital in securing Champions League football for next season, and maybe giving us the slight hope of a Barclays Premier League title this year. We'll have to wait and see what happens between now and the end of the season, but we just have to do as best as we can on a game-by-game basis. They're playing a 4-1-2-1-2 here, Norwich, and we barely even kicked off now, as you can see, just ticking over the minute mark, where Wilson lays it back to Alvaro Vadillo, turns inside, nice little finesse finish. We're 1-0 up inside 2 minutes. There was an early goal in the Villa game. It was them that scored. We're the ones to take the initiative in this one, but we equalised not long after against Aston Villa, and Norwich are going to have a chance here. Johnny Housen played in down the right-hand side, completely does the defender there with his good feet, and then I got completely sold again by the man at the near post. Looked as if he was going to take control or shoot. In the end, he did neither. Let it run across him, and I just got completely outdone. And the man running in on the penalty spot was able to put it down into the bottom corner, and that made it Norwich 1, Cambridge United 1. And then Langkamp there it is a rash challenge. It is a rash challenge. Take nothing away from that. But their whole defensive line is back. How on earth is that a red card? It wasn't two-footed. You'll see from the replay, he goes in with 1 foot.
the right, and then the left just follows through afterwards, just there after Georgiev is already halfway towards the ground and contact's already been made. So it wasn't a rash challenge, and there were 3 defenders around him, so I don't necessarily know why that's a red card. 2 defenders, though, lying on top of each other on the penalty spot. They just get up after Adarabioyo has put it onto or into the back of the net to make it Cambridge United 2, Norwich 1, and I was determined to punish them for that mistake of getting a man sent off. It may actually be the mistake of the referee, but either way, whether it was a Norwich mistake by the defender or the referee's mistake, I was determined to absolutely crush them for making it. That makes it 3-1 in the 35th minute from Callum Wilson there, celebrating in front of the crowd. He's obviously fighting for his first team spot, with Georgiev coming back into the fray after he spent a while out injured. And Callum Wilson is continuing to score goals, but so is Strail Georgiev. Got a real problem on my hands. Whenever I play Georgiev, he scores. Whenever I play Paulsen, he scores. Whenever I play Callum Wilson, he scores. Unfortunately, Kwesi Appiah is the only player right now that doesn't seem to be scoring goals for the first team, which is a real shame. Obviously, I mentioned that I might sell him on next year as we score again here. Callum Wilson off the one post into the other and then back across the goal line into the back of the net. Our number 10 bags his second of the game, and we have a 5-1 lead, and just before the end of the game they give it away again. They make more mistakes here, Norwich. This was a really bad performance from them. Alvaro Vidillo, nice little turn inside one. He's going to use the same move inside the other. Goes for the finesse shot. Good save by the keeper, but again, another individual mistake. Gets not enough on it. Or he gets enough on it to get it up and over. Well, he does enough on it to get it up, but almost gets too much on it, perhaps, to not let the momentum on the ball carry it over the bar. And if anything, takes so much off it that it doesn't carry over the bar, and then it drops underneath. So a huge 6-1 win at home against 10-man Norwich. I did not expect that sort of result to come up, because as we've mentioned previously, Norwich are a bit of a bogey side for me in career mode, but we have just destroyed them there. Now, another side that we destroyed earlier on in this particular season was Reading. We did it in the Cup, and we beat them like 5-1, was it? 4-1 or 5-1? So we're playing them again in the league here. They've only won 2 games all season, and they're rock bottom of the table right now, and we are pushing for top spot. So I was hoping for another good win on the back of a 3-1 win against Villa, and a 6-1 win against Norwich, now playing against bottom of the table. I was pretty confident we were going to get the result here. Kwesi is starting against a side that he actually had a loan spell with in real life towards the end of last season. So we were hoping that he was actually going to be able to put in a performance against a side that already kind of knew how he was going to play. So I was hoping that I could, get a good performance out of him and at least maintain the same level of goal-scoring form with him as the rest of my strikers have been putting in recently. But Reading was starting the much stronger here, having that first chance. Then they stand this one up into the box. Hutchinson comes and punches it clear, but takes an age to get back up. The ball drops to, I'm not too sure who it is actually there that put the ball into the back of the net. It drops to a Reading midfielder. He just runs onto it, smashes it into an empty net. I was in control of the man on the line, but I just could not get anywhere near it. It was really well placed into the top left corner. So unfortunately, we're 1-0 down, but a couple of moments later, Johannes Geis is going to spread it out wide to Paulsen. Plays it quickly across to Sadio Mane. Stands up a brilliant cross towards the back post. Timo Werner scores his second header of the episode. He doesn't score many goals for me, Timo Werner, to be honest. I would have expected more from him, considering he does have like 79 or 80 finishing, but his heading is definitely very good indeed, or at least at this moment in time, his heading is very good. One thing that also is very good is Yusuf Paulsen's dribbling. Absolutely incredible. Just takes it around anyone. Absolutely anyone you want to take the ball around, he will do it. But unfortunately for me, took it around 3 players, laid it off to Julian von Hark, who then smashed it wide of the goal. Lovely tackle there, though, by Blackman on my left back. And then they eventually get it into Nzuzi Toko, who obviously is a former Cambridge United player, and then laid into the middle and unfortunately squeezes it between. As the goalkeeper went down for that, it went between his leg and his arm. It was a really awkward save. Awkward attempted save, and the ball just trickled into the far post in off the woodwork. So we're 2-1 down again, and we're behind for the second time against Reading, and we cannot equalise. Yusuf Paulsen has been in ridiculous goal-scoring form recently, averaging more than a goal a game, but in this one, nope, no dice. He hits the post with a chance that in every other game that we've played this season, he would have buried. So we lose our 7th game of the season. No, 6th game of the season. Sorry, I was looking at Chelsea there. We lose our 6th game of the season, but we have won one more than Chelsea. So we are 3 points ahead of them, but 1 point behind Manchester United. So we're still 8 points 7 points into the Champions League spots. As you can see, Arsenal and Manchester City both on 47. We're on 54. It's Man United that are 8 points clear of them. But I think we're pretty solidly going to qualify for the Champions League this season. And actually, the aim now is to maybe, just maybe, with 12 games to go, put some pressure on Manchester United and Chelsea for that Barclays Premier League title. It would be an unbelievable way to not necessarily end the series, because we're going to have another year after this, but an unbelievable way to announce ourselves as real contenders year after year now, with a much stronger side and a much more ruthless side in front of goal as well. Because as you can see, 61 goals, which is more than anybody. In fact, it's pretty much double what half of the league have scored to this point. The closest to Chelsea with 14 less. It's mental. Unfortunately, we have conceded 31, so perhaps the defence needs strengthening a little bit. But although I have a funny feeling a little bit of that is actually the goalkeeper, and we have made moves to try and improve that area of the field, obviously by signing Areola from PSG on a pre-contract, and he'll join us next season. So whether that next season will be in the Champions League or not remains to be seen, but I think it might. Whether that next season or not is us trying to defend a Barclays Premier League title, time will tell. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.